You're strolling through the supermarket, feeling good about the healthy meal you've just bought. You reach for a bag, but wait, you don't need one. You have your own. Perfect. But then you spot a bunch of shiny apples, freshly picked and ready to eat. Sure, you could grab them, wash them at home and enjoy them later. Or you could grab this nicely packaged salad, pre-washed, ready to eat and so convenient. Yes, you could make a similar salad yourself, but that would take more time, more decisions. Well, if you're hungry enough, who has time for that? Let's just grab this, throw it in the car and get to work. Sound familiar? Well, this isn't just about convenience or laziness. There's a fascinating psychology behind why we choose to use plastic, even when we know it's bad for the planet. Welcome back to Life Noggin. Today, we're diving into the psychology of our plastic addiction. If there is such a thing as a plastic addiction, why do we keep using plastic, even when we know it's harming our planet? The answer lies deep in our psychology. So dig those psychology books out of your attic and let's get to it. When studying psychology, one of the first things you learn about is the brain's love for shortcuts. In fact, one of the most important concepts is what scientists call the reward circuit or the mesolimbic pathway. It's the brain's way of figuring out what's worth our time and what isn't. Basically, our brain has a system that determines whether something is easy enough to pursue or not. And when it comes to single-use plastics, well, they're the epitome of easy. That water bottle already sealed and ready to drink doesn't require any extra effort. It's the shortcut our brains crave. The problem is, our brains don't understand the concept of sustainability or long-term consequences. It only knows what's rewarding right now. So while we may think, oh, I can just reuse a bottle next time, our brains are basking in the satisfaction of that immediate reward. But it's not just about convenience. It's also about what it represents ease. Our brains thrive on efficiency. They want the most reward with the least amount of effort. That's why sometimes it seems like our brains push us to drive even if there's traffic, watch another episode even though we've seen it before, or eat processed food despite knowing it's not the healthiest option. It's all about getting the maximum reward with minimum effort. And plastic, especially single-use plastic, embodies this idea perfectly. The moment you see a bottle, bag, or container, your brain calculates the reward: hydration, food, or storage and subtracts the effort needed to get it. And if the equation is favorable, if the reward outweighs the effort, you're more likely to grab that plastic item. Another big reason for our affinity towards plastic is the pleasure principle. According to Sigmund Freud, humans are motivated by pleasure and driven to avoid pain. And plastic, with its brightly colored packages and tantalizing advertisements, is designed to appeal to our pleasure centers. The moment you walk into a supermarket, you're bombarded with visual stimuli: colorful packages, shiny displays, neatly arranged shelves. These aren't just aesthetic choices. They're carefully calculated moves to stimulate your brain's reward center. And that is not surprising considering the packaging industry spends billions annually on research to figure out the most appealing colors, shapes, and designs. Take a moment to notice how many of these enticing elements draw your attention towards plastic products, especially single-use ones. Can you see how our brain is wired to gravitate towards these brightly packaged items? And then there's the issue of dopamine. Every time you buy something new, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This spike in dopamine reinforces the behavior shopping, making us want to repeat it. In essence, plastic products are designed to be picked up, purchased, and consumed, thus triggering a dopamine release. This is why online shopping is even more addictive. With just a few clicks, you can bring home a whole array of plastic products without ever stepping out. You don't have to navigate traffic or wait in lines. The reward is right at your fingertips. And we haven't even mentioned the discounts, sales, and free shipping offers that further incentivize your brain to indulge in plastic consumption. So it's no surprise that we're hooked on plastic. It's convenient, pleasurable, and so rewarding. But here's the catch. Our brains lack foresight. They live in the here and now. So while our conscious self may understand the long-term dangers of plastic, our brain is focused on that immediate reward. It doesn't grasp the concept of a warming climate, overflowing landfills, or microplastics in the ocean. To our brain, plastic is the best option. It's quick, it's easy, it's rewarding. So it's no wonder we're addicted. But here's the good news. If our brain is the problem, our brain can also be the solution. If we can understand how our brain works, what drives our choices and what motivates our actions, we can start to influence it. So how can we break free from this plastic addiction? Let's look at some ways we can start today. First, we must be aware. The first step to breaking any addiction is acknowledging it. The first step is to become mindful of your choices. Start noticing how often you choose plastic out of habit rather than necessity. For instance, you might always grab a plastic straw when drinking a soda even though you have a reusable one in your bag. Being aware of these choices helps you understand your triggers and habits, which is the first step to changing them. Second, rewire your brain. Our brain is like a muscle. If we use it in certain ways, it will adapt. So instead of constantly rewiring your brain to crave plastic, try rewiring it to enjoy sustainable choices. When you bring your own bag to the grocery store or use a reusable bottle, give yourself a mental pat on the back. Celebrate these wins, no matter how small, because every win reinforces a new habit. Third, seek social influence. Humans are social creatures. We learn and adopt behaviors from those around us. So if you have friends or family who share your goal of reducing plastic consumption, you can support each other, share tips, celebrate successes, and hold each other accountable. You can also join online communities or groups that advocate for plastic reduction. Seeing others make changes can motivate you, making it easier to stick to your goals. Fourth, set realistic goals. Instead of trying to overhaul your lifestyle overnight, set small, achievable goals. Maybe start by swapping one plastic item for a sustainable alternative each week, gradually increasing this number as you become more comfortable. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Every small step counts. Fifth, focus on the benefits. Instead of focusing on the inconvenience of reducing plastic, shift your perspective to the benefits. Reusable bags are sturdy and can carry more than plastic ones. Reusable bottles are often made of stainless steel, which means they can keep your drinks hot or cold for hours. And that mental shift can make sustainable choices more appealing. Sixth, educate yourself. Knowledge is power. The more you understand about the negative impacts of plastic, the more motivated you'll be to reduce it. Watch documentaries, read articles, attend webinars. The more you know, the more you'll do. Seventh, lead by example. If you want to inspire others to reduce plastic, start by being a role model yourself. People are more likely to change their behavior when they see a positive example. So show your friends and family how easy and rewarding it is to make eco-friendly choices. Eighth, reward yourself. Changing habits isn't easy, so don't forget to reward yourself for sticking to your goals. Treat yourself to something special once you reach a milestone, like a month of using reusable bags. The reward doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant. It could be as simple as a mental pat on the back or a favorite movie night. Ninth, experiment. There isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to reducing plastic. Try different strategies and find what works best for you. Maybe you will find that swapping plastic straws for bamboo ones makes a big difference, or maybe you will prefer to use reusable containers instead of plastic wrap. Finally, 10th, be patient. Changing ingrained habits takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged if you slip up. Just get back on track and keep moving forward. Remember, every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. We have come to the end of another video, and we hope it has helped shed light on this topic. We're curious. What are your thoughts on this subject? Feel free to share your thoughts, suggestions, or experiences in the comment section below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.